Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Kim. I am super excited to do today's Mind Body TV episode about sleep, how to heal in your sleep. I apologize. We started a couple minutes late. There's this work going on in my house, so if you hear a little background noise, don't mind. I didn't realize they were going to be drilling so loudly. So, when necessity dictates, you got to be really creative. And I am in a very, very interesting spot in my house right now, but it seemed to work out okay. So welcome everyone to the live broadcast. So what are we talking about today? More and more people have been coming forward to ask me questions about sleep disturbance and insomnia and all kinds of things, anxiety at night, sleep-related challenges. And I have not been a sleep specialist, and it's not something I've really created programs around in the past, but over the last few months, it's come up more and more. And so I've been tuning in to what is this about? What's going on? And I always think more collectively as like the collective downloads, belief systems, energy, emotions around this that are causing this disturbance in our body. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a physician. I've been studying psychoneuroimmunology, psychoneuroendocrinology for decades. It's been my greatest passion. I'm trained as an ER doctor, but practicing now as a mind-body doctor internationally. Our immune system, our endocrine system, hormones, everything is intimately linked to what we believe, what emotions we feel, what like repressed emotions, incomplete emotions. What are we holding in our body? That is going to determine everything about your physiology, about your physical system, your physical health, your level of well-being. So what's going on when it comes to sleep? Here we go. There is, as most of you know, a massive download in the collective about we got to go, go, go. We got to create. We got to achieve. We got to get better and improve and keep going. And this whole outer focus is a very masculine perspective. The masculine is the outer, the seen, the known, the reliable linear way, the do, act, go, grow. And we are in this huge imbalance of the masculine and feminine energies. So the feminine energies are really all about the inner, the unknown, the unseen, restoring and receiving, surrender, stillness instead of action. We tend to think, oh, if I'm not in action, I'm going to be in stagnation. But the opposite of action is actually stillness. It's a beautiful state. It creates a lot. And then darkness. And so it's not like we're not sleeping because we're afraid of the dark, but it kind of is. We're resistant to all that is this inner feminine. And it's required, it is essential that we allow ourselves to align with our inner feminine in order to have truly restorative sleep. There's been a big, big myth for many, many decades that sleep, was thought for hundreds of years. Sleep is this state of nothing's happening. It's a state of, it's a necessity, but it's all just for the purpose of the reboot so we can get out and do. But when we began doing sleep studies, we found there is so much more to the equation. There's actually so much happening during sleep. Amazing things, restoration, reorganization, recalibration of your entire nervous system, reorganization in your brain. Your brain is like doing all the sorting and filing and releasing as you sleep. It's actually one of the most powerful health activities, and it's very active, what's happening in sleep. So we're going to clear up a lot of these myths and also bring about a great balancing in these masculine and feminine energies in a way that allows us to receive deep, peaceful, restorative sleep and heal in your sleep. So welcome everyone who is here live. I'm always so excited to see everyone. Please share where you're tuning in from, and have you had a sleep challenge, and what kind of sleep challenge? Have you had a challenge sleeping, either falling asleep or staying asleep, or maybe you feel like I can't get enough sleep, I need more sleep? What is going on with you? Hello, everyone. I know Joanne is very anxious to hear this one, and eager. Okay, awesome. My video keeps freezing. Everyone okay with my video? Because I'm really hoping it's working down here in my basement. I'm actually in our wine cellar, interestingly enough. That's still being partially used as a storage cabinet. Okay, so I just want to tune in that you guys can see me okay. Please, God, let this work. Yes, it's fine. Okay, so here's what I wanted to share. It's a lot more that we can cultivate from our sleep, but we've got to begin to understand that this isn't a useless thing, and that we've been taught is like kind of a wrongness. Like, you know, how many of us have been taught, don't be lazy, don't be lazy. I don't want to be lazy. I'm not lazy. And like, so much of what we do is all about proving that we're not lazy. And then God forbid we need extra sleep. We're so upset about it because we feel lazy. And even if you're not the person who takes the quote unquote luxury of getting extra sleep, like it's a luxury, it's actually a necessity. But if you're not that person, is there some inner resistance to that? Is there some idea if I say, oh, you're sleeping 10 hours a day? My God, that must be nice. You're sleeping 10 hours a day? Are you lazy? Is there, or even when I just say the word lazy, does it trigger something for you? Does it bring something up for you? Is there resistance? Because what you resist persists. If you resist the idea of being lazy, you have to then, in some level, you're either just going to succumb and be like, okay, I believe it. I really am lazy and useless. Or you have to counteract that and go into do mode. I'm not lazy. I'm going to be productive. I'm going to do this thing. And then actually secretly feel bad if maybe you do take a break. So there's this imbalance that's going on. In other cultures, it'd be really interesting maybe for you to learn this. It was really interesting for me to learn this. That doesn't exist. There's no wrongness to sleep. People can sleep in a cafe, just pull up a chair, fall asleep. In our culture, there's so much wrongness around it. It's an embarrassment. Or even if you tell someone, I sleep 12 hours a night, I sleep 10 hours a night, even 8 hours is probably a big luxury for most people. You're going to get a lot of different kind of responses. People are going to have something to say about that. Zadie says, I wake up at 3 in the morning. My video is fine here. Nicole, hi from Utah. I've had sleeping challenges for years. I never feel rested. Yeah, and I've tuned into a lot of this imbalance that's going on with you that we could definitely go into further as well, but I know it's creating a lot of discord for you. I wake up with panic attacks often. I wake up feeling panicked in the morning. I rarely sleep through the night. So big one for you to tune into today, Nicole. Other people. Courtney says, I've had issues staying asleep since I had my first baby about 10 years ago. Recently experienced waking with anxiety through the night. Okay, awesome. This is going to be really helpful. Melanie, yes, many years. Hard to fall asleep at times. Wake up. I can't go back to sleep. I wake up tired. I've been doing better since starting some of your work. From Minnesota. Car Rob. I keep waking up many times during the night. Okay, I'm gonna read through the rest of these as well. So there's a wrongness. There's actually a shame energy that is interspersed with sleep. Sleep is wrong. Sleep is shameful. Have you ever fallen asleep in public and felt embarrassed? And I just want to hear from you about that. If the answer is yes, it's because there's shame energy in your frequency. You know, we all have the download of the collective frequency of what I should be, what I shouldn't be, what it means to do this or do that, and the wrongness of this, and whatever that is. We can clear this very, very easily from the body. But we got to become aware of it first. And it's just an interesting thing to appreciate. You don't need to feel like, oh my God, I have this bad energy now. Get it off me. Nothing like that. Just the awareness alone can assist you in moving beyond it. So I went to Catholic school most of my life, my young life, and there was a lot of wrongness to falling asleep in class. I do have this very interesting I know that it's a true skill, ability to fall asleep pretty much anywhere on command. And I'm not bragging as much as really just kind of appreciating that that is true. I can do it. You know, when I was in residency, it came in very, very handy if you're surviving on like 20 minutes of sleep, that I could catch like an extra 30 seconds while we're walking around on rounds, standing up while one of my colleagues was presenting their case. And I would just kind of like stand in my body, you know, stand up on my feet, because we're all standing in the hall, balance my pelvis right over my ankles. So, you know, balance my chest right over my hips, get myself in this alignment to let the bony framework take the job of holding me upright, which takes a good postural alignment. And I'd let all my muscles relax. There's not a lot, as much as you think, muscles that need to hold you up posturally when you use the right bony alignment. So I let all my muscles relax. I would slow and deepen my breathing, and I gently let my eyes close. Didn't even have to close my eyes. No, that sounds crazy. To get the depth of this restoration that I could get like a reboot. But sometimes I'd close my eyes and I'd let this feeling of deep, deep, deep relaxation. And then when I've taught people before, I would always call it like this, fake you're in a coma, fake a coma. I would go into such a deep relaxation. Like even if someone asked me a question I could answer, but I was just in like swimming in the relaxation and didn't need to. And I'd go into even just a 30-second restoration to let the frequency change in my brain and have that sleep mode. Okay. I'm not saying you need to be able to do that. I'm just saying that I've learned. So in a way, I am a sleep expert, how to harness this energy. And the reason I did it was because I knew the value it would give me so much for the rest of the day on call. Maybe I have another 8 hours to go to be in the hospital and do rounds and take care of my patients. Can I let myself take that time? I did, but it was so embarrassing if anyone ever caught me, because it's so wrong to frickin' sleep. And it's crazy because, God, what's less healthy than someone who hasn't slept in like 40 hours? But still, it was wrong. It was not okay, not acceptable, definitely not condoned. Even just to get like an extra go lay down in the residence lounge was kind of like, oh, you're weak. So there's this embarrassment around sleep. And it's because of this myth that sleep is useless, nothing's happening, and that the only purpose of sleep is to reboot you so you can get out and do it all over again. Not true. There's so much that's actually happening during the sleep cycle that is powerfully restorative to all areas of your life, not just your physical body and your health, but reworking patterns in your relationship, reworking, oh, we're going to be moving. Where should we be living? My husband and I had this conflict and we couldn't figure out, we were getting married. Where are we going to live? It's too far away to be near your place. It's too far away to be near my place. And we were like, we were both a little scared that the other was going to force us into an uncomfortable lifestyle we didn't want. And we're going to bed and I'm like, wait a minute, we're on the same page here. Let's just together be on the same page looking at the problem. What if we go to sleep, put it to our mind, we wake up and we have a solution? And it was a pretty glitchy thing. We woke up and we had the most obvious solution that had never occurred to us where we were. And it was like, boom, we took action that day. We found a beautiful place to live that was in between the two. It worked out amazingly. But what is happening? What are we allowing to happen during sleep to do it for us? We're so busy trying to do. And then you got to work out. You got to push really hard and make it happen. And when you can receive, that's why my program is about embracing health. It's already here for you. When you can receive, it's like the immediate download is like a massive, like opening the bank account for billions of dollars versus going out and working hard for, whatever. Can you let yourself finally receive what's in store for you? So when we are in embarrassment, because this is the whole feminine realm, receiving the unseen. How much shame is there in that? Oh, well, if I can't see it, touch, taste, feel it, I'm a skeptic. So, and we're proud to be these like, we're on the masculine side of things, but we can't embrace the feminine. So it's almost like we're proud of like, no, I'm not going to go into that airy fairy unseen because and it's like the superiority. I'm a skeptic. There's nothing superior about skepticism. Doubt is a very low frequency. So can we operate in pure awareness and let ourselves know what we know so we can begin to embrace this aspect of self? Joanne says, I hear from many women over 50 who struggle with sleep, including myself. Rachel, I seem to have developed anxiety around not getting 8 hours of sleep each night. I wake up early and lie there worrying if I can't get back to sleep and get less than the recommended 8 hours. Interestingly, they've done sleep studies and found that when they told people they got, hey, you just got 10 hours of sleep, and they only had like 5 or 6 hours of sleep, their body would restore in the same physical, physiologic, mental, emotional way as if they'd had 8 or 10 hours of sleep. So our perception of what's happening is of the greatest importance. So let's say you only have like 2 hours, or maybe you're going to get up for a plane and you're like, oh, I just have 5 hours. Can you tell your body? Well, I'll tell you. You can tell your body, let go of everything. You have the next 5 hours to do everything you need to do to have 12 hours of sleep and restoration. The body doesn't need to understand that. The mind does. Wait a minute, how can I do 12 hours in 5 hours? The body can do it. Take everything you need, body. Shut down completely and fully. You can have everything you need to do everything required for 12 hours of sleep restoration. So what if you began to talk to your body and let your body know what you're ready for and what it can do? Most of the time, because we're in go mode and we're even trying to use sleep to achieve. I gotta achieve 8 hours of sleep, check the box. It's not gonna allow you to receive. So what if instead of staying in go mode, you just let it all release? So I have a sleep ritual and like a PM ritual and an AM ritual that I'm going to share with you as well. Jennifer, I know how essential it is for hormonal balance and energy and overall wellness. So I want to get a handle on this. As long as I can remember, I've never slept through the night. Whoa, interesting. Anne says I fell asleep on public transportation and missed my stop. I had to hitch a ride home. Oh, she says scary. Yep, it can be scary to hitch a ride home. And because of the culture we're in, even falling asleep on a bus can be embarrassing, like the wrongness of letting someone see you sleep when you're supposed to be go, go, go. So that was one of the biggest things, these two themes. One is the wrongness and the shame in sleep with the imbalance of masculine and feminine, and the fear, the actual fearing the feminine, this inner power, this inner wisdom, the space of the unknown and infinite, the space of the unseen and dark. So even though that doesn't sound like it has anything to do with sleep, it's the same, it's the feminine essence, which is all about restoration and receiving. So if we are in rejection of the feminine essence, it will interrupt our sleep in the craziest of ways. And then the other piece is that sleep is useless and wrong, and it's just a means to an end. I'm going to reboot so I can get out and do it again. And that is a complete lie. Sleep in itself is a cherished gift that does have its own, obviously, health benefits, but does have its own whole world of creation. Okay, so for our AM PM benefit, I'm going to go over the AM benefit first, the AM ritual first, and it's actually the PM, which is even more important and powerful, because the PM is going to set the tone for how you sleep, and it's going to set the tone for how you awaken. So for the AM ritual, when you wake up in the morning, you make your hands into fists, or you can spread them out wide like this, but it's nice you're going to grasp something. It's a victory pose. You're holding in and grasping and making a fist to gather up all of the beautiful yes and joy and win, and I cherish and celebrate myself, and I love and honor myself. And you're holding that in your hand and making a fist. Put your arms up overhead, hold your head up high, let your chest lift to the ceiling, take a deep breath in, let it all go. And when you wake up with this, just takes a few seconds, you hold this stance, victory pose. There's a lot of really fun research that's been done on this and what physiologic changes it creates. But you're going to embody what is your yes: freedom and joy, and I cherish myself fully, and appreciation. I'm alive. I'm physically alive another day. So you hold that for a couple breaths, put your feet on the floor, and then get up and you do this little light shower. So your electromagnetic body is very sensitive to energy. And as you guide with your awareness and attention, it'll guide what's happening physically throughout your body. So you're just going to clear away and wash away all the old energy. So bring in light thousands of feet from beyond the top of your head. Let it pour down through your head, through your throat, down through your shoulders and torso, down your arms and hands. Let it pour down through your chest, your heart, down through your solar plexus. Let the light come all the way down your core, through past your belly button, all the way filling your pelvis, and let the light come all the way down your hips, legs, and feet. And let the light from your heart now expand, 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 expand out beyond your body, spherically, in front of you, behind you, out to the sides, up and down, expanding, expanding, expanding this ball of light out beyond you, beyond the room you're in, beyond the home you're in, beyond the town you're in, beyond, beyond, beyond the state or the province, beyond the whole country, expanding beyond the whole planet, and then beyond all that is, all of your world, all of your reality. Embracing this light to align with this light, crystalline, divine light, clearing, cleansing light. You don't even have to have a name for it, but any spirituality you have, the divine or spirit or whatever works for you. And you embody that essence of your true divine nature. Let it wash over you. You're saying yes. You're letting your body know, body, this is the channel we're on today. It's okay for you to receive this and to let everything else go. And you will absolutely feel revitalized. Sometimes I wake up and there's a little something flying around or anxiety, and it will immediately release that. So you do getting up, you hold in your hands the essence of your yes, I am alive, I appreciate being alive, I cherish this day, I love myself fully, and you just take a few breaths of that. And then you do your light shower. And this whole thing can take just a few seconds, especially for me. My little baby wakes up and he's crying and I'm going to go get him, but I always do this for myself on the way to that. Okay, so I'm going to read a couple more posts. Sleep on demand, how cool is that, Zavi? Oh, and I wanted to say, yes, there is no special thing about 8 hours, 10 hours. There's no special thing. It's the depth of what we can go into way more than the time. And especially for those of you tuning in, we're all moving into 5D and operating in a very different reality than what Newtonian physics has told us about the body, about what's possible, and about how we operate. So of course, none of that really applies the same way. We have transcended time, we have transcended space. And what I mean by that is, for moms, all moms are practicing this on some level. Tune into your kid right now and just ask the question, is my kid okay right now? How's my kid doing? Okay, not okay. Just make it that black and white. Okay, not okay. You always know if you tune in. And many parents have reported in the exact instant of something happening, something very significant happening to their kid, they woke up and shot out of bed, or they felt a pain in their body, or they felt something new, like, whoa, the world just shifted. I gotta make a phone call. So we can operate non-locally. We've transcended space and we've transcended time, because look at all these amazing studies we've done where just the perception of, oh, you've been exercising for half an hour and it's only been 10 minutes, the perception of that will shift what's happening in your physiology. Telling people that they slept and actually changing the clocks, oh, you just slept for 10 hours, will have them feel and physically manifest the restoration that matches that, even if they've only slept for 5 or 6. Okay, so let yourself be that five-dimensional being. Let yourself be that out of the box, because you're already operating that way. Don't buy into the BS, all the belief systems about here's what it has to be, and if you don't sleep this many hours, it's a bad thing. It's not true for you. Nina says, I've been having all sorts of sleep challenges for years when I became ill many years ago. Before that, I had deep sleep, but since years, I either can't fall asleep or wake up too early and always have a light sleep. Every single tiny noise wakes me up and it's really annoying. So if you are letting your body know, and we're gonna do this in the PM sleep ritual, we can release this and it can make a big difference. You've got to talk to your body before you go to sleep. Okay, so before you go to bed at night, doesn't need to be a long meditation. It can be short. You want to relax your body. And I do have a sleep audio, drkimd.com/sleep. You can use it with EFT tapping, or you can just receive it. And there's also an awesome sleep audio in the Heal CD. The first one is just a free download, drkimd.com/sleep. We'll make sure we put that in the members area. And the other one is on the Heal CD, drkimd.com/heal, which is, it's got like 5 audios on there, but the sleep one is very powerful. It's really beautifully done. And it will assist with all of this release of the resistance to the restoration and resistance to the feminine energies. Okay, so what is this? You've got to let your body know it's okay to turn off. Sounds kind of a no-brainer. Well, doesn't my body know we're turning off now? When I used to leave the ER, and I'm like, get a chest x-ray, get an EKG, run over here, give this guy the medicine. I would leave and all night long be checking EKGs and chest x-rays and like running around in my sleep, because I hadn't told my body, we left the ER. It's okay, everyone's tucked in. There's nothing for you to do, you're covered. You can shut off. You have to use the off switch. So when you go to sleep, and that's why ritual is so helpful, you wash your face, you brush your teeth, you even learn to do this with a baby. The baby knows it got its bath, and then it got its cozies on, and then we had a little song, and then we did this thing, and now there's the bottle, and now it knows it's time for bed. So is your body. So bring your body through that sleep ritual. And it might be you put your cozy socks on, or different things you do physically. And when you do lie down in bed, let your body know, body, it's okay to let everything go. It's okay to release everything we've got. Maybe you even need to write some stuff down because you're like, oh, wait, I can't let go of that. It's going to be there when you wake up. Great. Keep a little list. It's fine. Body, it's okay to let everything go. It's okay to fully shut off. And you can see how important it is that you're not hooked into the masculine go, 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 go. I'm not doing enough. I'm not enough. I'm not going to get ahead. I have to do more. Body, it really is okay to let go and receive. So it's not just the words, it's truly anchoring into this new frequency and releasing the old one. So if what I said resonates with you about, the embarrassment or the wrongness, or, oh, it's useless. Why? I don't want to have to spend that many hours when I could be so productive. Sleep is incredibly productive, but it's in a very different way. It's in a feminine way, which we as this culture have not understood and have shamed and made wrong, I think, because there's just been a lot of fear of the infinite possibility and potential that is within us. Okay, my sleep pattern changed after a brain injury 25 years ago. Same thing, you've got to have that completion. How are you feeling about that injury or that event in your life? Or maybe it was something, there's all different kinds of ways we can experience trauma. So feel into, when did this all start? And then kind of revisit that, but with love and awareness. That's why psychotherapy is thought to be so helpful, but it's not always helpful. When we revisit the experience from a higher frequency of love and compassion, insight and awareness, it clears. When we revisit it simply from doing psychoanalysis and trying to analyze what happened and fix it, it just stays stuck. It can get louder. So revisit that trauma and let your body know, I love you, I'm sorry. So if there is a piece of this that's from a certain instance, and I'm not sleeping ever since then, maybe you had chemotherapy and now you've had insomnia ever since, meet that moment and let your body know, body, I love you. I'm so sorry we have had that trauma or insult or experience. And take 10 breaths to presence the part of you that's suffering, that's still there, that hasn't completed it. And those 10 breaths every night you do it, not 10 hours to do it all at once. It's okay. Body, I honor, love, and appreciate you. It's time for us to let this go as you're ready. It's time for us to turn off to the greatest of our capacity. And then you just allow yourself to breathe and relax. And you take 10 breaths, feeling the breath, witnessing the breath, presencing the breath moving through your body. Letting your belly expand with the inhale, sink in with the exhale. Let your body know it's okay. The second thing is, whatever happens, I stay present and relax. It's okay what's happening. Because what triggers people a lot is, I'm not sleeping. Oh God, I'm still not sleeping. It's 30 minutes gone by. Oh my God, it's 2 hours gone by. I'm still not sleeping. I breathe. I allow, and I stay present unconditionally. I'm unconditionally present to what is, feeling and allowing the fluid breath. Body, it's okay to let everything go. I love you. I'm sorry. It's okay for us to receive and restore. You've given your body a zillion and one messages. It's not okay to receive. It's not okay to receive. I gotta go. I'm not okay. Be willing to be that patient with your body. It's okay for me to receive and restore and open up to the infinite aspect of possibility. So that piece with the intention and the breathing, the piece with meeting the old parts where maybe there are glitches still present and energy's moving, and then how do I want to feel upon awakening? So along with, it's okay for me to receive and restore and letting whatever transpires transpire. We use these really fun crystals. Now, crystals scientifically have been shown to transmute energy. They have an ability to transmute electromagnetic energy and change the electromagnetic field of the things around them. And you can also sort of like crystals can absorb energy. They can absorb negative ions. I'm sorry, positive ions. It's like an antioxidant. They can absorb positive ions and transmit negative ions. So they can allow a clearing in your energy field. Some people are very sensitive to crystals. So other people like me, I just really love crystals. I don't know a ton about them, but I know a little bit. So my daughter and I, we have this little bag. She's been sleeping with me in the last week. It was our, holiday, and my husband's traveling. So here we are. And we'd go in my little bag and we'd ask one of the crystals, whichever one resonates for us, and we'd have that crystal be our friend, and you charge the crystal and let it know, I'm ready to release blah blah blah, I'm ready to embrace blah blah blah. You don't need a crystal to do this. We just like to have fun with them. I'm ready to release. For me, I have just released a massive lifelong tension with my mother, judgment, criticism, all kinds of very 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 heavy energies, and I was really bothered by them. And I would let that crystal know, this is what I'm ready to release, and this is what I'm ready to embrace, the true freedom of fully and completely accepting me unconditionally. And I'm free to express and be all of who I am, and love and cherish myself. And it was a really profound transmutation with many things I was doing, including this. And I'd put the crystal we put it under our pillow, and then you sleep. And, in the morning we take it out and thank it and put it back in the bag. So that's a fun you can make it anything you like, but you don't need a crystal. You can set the intention. I'm ready to release this old masculine way of driving myself, pushing myself, secretly hating myself, and trying to achieve more. I embrace loving myself unconditionally and seeing my intrinsic value. Simple. Put that, you can just put your hands on your heart. You can also do that. It's a Psy-K exercise. It's also an energy medicine exercise. So you cross right over left wrist, you cross your wrist, and then left over right ankles in any position that fits for you. Just cross them. And you take just a few deep breaths. I love and accept myself fully. You can say, body, it's okay for us to receive all that we need and let go of holding. And then you switch the other side, left over right. And you could just lay it right there on your lap. I like to twist it up and put it on my chest. And then right over left ankle. Body, it's okay to let go of all these old patterns, traumas, wounds, fears, ideas that have kept us from deeply receiving restorative sleep, going fully into the stillness of the unknown. It's okay for us to let go. And then you take a few deep breaths there. So there are a lot of different things you can play with. You can do a little EFT during this PM ritual. It is the most important moment of your day that you can harness intention, because you're about to percolate on that. It's like put a few herbs in the pot, and then you're going to stew this pot for 6 hours, 7 hours, however many hours you're going to sleep. Let's put some really good herbs in there and take that moment, if no other moment of the day, to be really mindful and intentional. Nicole says, I have a fear of falling asleep a lot. My husband can fall asleep at any time, anywhere. I get so jealous. It's like a workout, just trying to sleep well. Nicole, you've very much been in the masculine energy, trying hard to heal. It's an achievement to heal, trying hard to sleep, get it done. It's an there's something in your system that's so much about recognition from others, it's approval from others. And you've been in this identity that is based on your outer world. That's all that's happening here. It's not as huge a conundrum as it might seem, evidenced by the intensity of your severity of your symptoms. It's almost like the severity of your symptoms is betraying the simplicity of what the imbalance really is. But you're on the right thread. It just feels like you haven't fully believed it enough yet, because it's still such a distraction how severe things are. Melissa says, I've been stuck in fight or flight and I fall asleep okay, but I wake up feeling fear in my chest every day around 4 a.m. I have a pounding heart and I toss and turn until it's time to get up for the day. There's a shift in our brain frequency, actually, in our collective. So if it's 4 a.m. in that moment where you live, there's a change in the frequency of the atmosphere of the area that allows, it's like you go into an even deeper harmonic in the brain. And some of us are really not ready to turn off and allow to that level. So with the feminine is, instead of the doing, creating, manifesting, it's the receiving and allowing. Allow and receive, surrender and embrace. And in so many of our systems, that's been a wrongness. No, 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 no. So it's not surprising that that will be triggered at that time of the day when we go into an even deep level of restoration. It doesn't need to be. So this can really work a lot to do this PM ritual meditation. And let me look, I had another piece I wrote down on my phone. Talk to the body. Oh, any healing that's ready to happen. Okay, body, whatever's going on with this chronic fatigue, I'm ready to receive that this is taken care of for me and that I come into a new alignment. Okay, body, whatever's going on with this severe pain in my neck, I'm ready to receive that this is released and everything that's involved with it is released physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, no matter what that means. I'm ready to receive unconditional well-being in my body. So you can also pattern for healing when you sleep, so that what happens, it's like putting another little tincture in that pot that's going to simmer all night long, is this intention. I'm ready to receive healing, whatever that looks like. For me, with what happened with my mom and all the pain it created for me, it was really about being willing to cherish myself unconditionally, not make myself wrong for being different, and for how it's gone. So other people have been challenged by that, uncomfortable because of that, really, really don't like it. And just to let that be okay and accept myself anyway, because this is the truth of who I am. All right, Randy says I have severe bruxism. So that's when you clench down and can grind your teeth as well. Even when I wear a mouth guard and it creates so much constant pain. Okay, so same thing, you can talk to this area of your body. It's okay to release everything we're trying to work out. And that level, I am ready and willing to allow it to move through smoothly in my sleep. It's, emotionally, mentally, I'm ready to feel, allow, and make space for all that's underlying this bruxism, this grinding, or this physical pain, or this pattern. I'm ready to really receive what's under that's creating it and make space for it. I love and accept myself fully. I'm willing to experience the underlying emotions and let them move through. Our body needs to know we're on board, because we've created these patterns where it's like, no, suppression, be what everyone else wants. It's okay. Let me behave this way. Let me behave that way. Let me do the things society is telling me to do. I need to make money. I need to do it this way, in a way that society understands. So let me stay in this job that I really hate and not listen to what my inner heart's calling. We do this so often that our body's like, okay, got it. I'm gonna clench down and tense up and tighten up and hold. That's what you're telling me to do, and I'll do my job really well. But your body's not the wrongness. It's the messages that you've plugged into. Okay, Courtney, you mentioned the cells are listening recording. Could you provide a link for that? That is in the members area. For people who don't have that, because we'll create this months out in the podcast, it's at drkimd.com / best kept secrets. It's called the best kept secrets in medicine. There are 5 really amazing audios. One of them is about how your cells are listening and what that download does chemically and to your DNA and what it does inside your body. It is in the members area under the online membership area with the materials there. So you have access to that already. Okay, we are going to complete for today. I do see there's lots of other questions. Jane says, I don't have bad dreams, but lately I've been having frightening dreams. Should I be contemplating them upon awakening to resolve something? You can actually let yourself know in this PM sleep ritual. Body, take care of everything that needs to be taken care of and allow me to have a deep, peaceful, restorative sleep and a peaceful experience. Allow my body to feel good, allow my body to awaken restored. That's the other thing you can add in that PM sleep ritual. I'm going to feel wonderful upon awakening, inspired about my day, more connected with myself. Body, you can process everything that needs to be processed and completed, and allow it to be all complete upon awakening, all complete before awakening, so that I awaken refreshed and in clarity. So it isn't something you need to process, because sometimes there are messages that will be really clear. But don't try to analyze your dreams if there isn't a clear message. You can actually set the intention that the messages are received, interpreted, reorganized, rewired, and that integrated during your sleep time. Yeah. All right. I hope this is very helpful. I'm so glad we were able to do this session. I do still have the Embracing Health program is currently open right now. It's at drkimd.com/health. If you'd like more information, what else did I want to say about that? So many of us are ready to move into that feminine aspect way more fully and aren't so aware of what it creates for your body, your health, what it creates for your career, your life, your relationships, and your world. It is the most powerful thing that we can do, is begin to release everything that's all these layers of what's holding us back, including what's preventing sleep, and truly integrate a whole new frequency that we're operating on with this total balance of the feminine and the receiving of the infinite nature that we are and the infinite possibilities, and residing with a true appreciation and respect for the masculine and feminine together in harmony. That's what creates true vitality in the body. With this imbalance, it's like, okay, let's just let this other piece go and really begin to embrace the feminine and release all the wrongness and shame and embarrassment and everything that we've got on that. That's what's going to create the most right now. So I'm super excited to be offering that program. Thank you, Jessica, for putting those links up for the sleep meditation and for the Heal CD. And Nicole says, I keep commenting and things keep popping up. When you asked if we've ever fallen asleep in public and whatnot, I used to fall asleep in lots of different places. And if I was tired, I'd sleep, except in college when I wanted to stay up every night partying with friends. Martha says, hello, Kim. It's so on point. I've experienced so much expansion over the last year through my body. Though my body continues to resist it, it has reflected in a really tough sleep and weight gain. Thank you. I open to receive your message today. Awesome. Fear that my blood sugars will drop and I'll pass out. So I worry constantly. There's so many things we could be in fear about. And I want to speak a little bit about that, because people say, well, if I'm not in fear, then I won't know. Then this bad thing could happen. And we don't need to be in fear to have awareness of what's required. We can operate in pure awareness and still take care of ourselves around preventing unwanted things. But it's very different to operate in awareness with them and to operate in fear, which of course is going to create all the chemicals that do have your blood sugars drop very, very rapidly and actually create what it is that you're wanting to prevent. So it doesn't work. Okay, so several more of these comments, but I want to make sure to get to as much as I can. I love the activity in our group, so thank you everyone for being transparent and sharing in there. Zabi says, I love that, letting yourself do it in your sleep. So great. That has happened for me naturally a few times. And hey, I do it on purpose. I love that. And this is really the transition between that masculine imbalance to like beginning to incorporate and integrate the feminine. 99% of what we're trying to achieve and create can be received. It's already done. It's like 99.99999%. It's way more than you think. And it's here. It's already created. Can you open to receive it? It's already in your frequency. And when we're not willing to embrace that which we don't already understand, which is the unseen, which is the darkness, which is the stillness, we're going to keep resisting and driving ourselves into the ground. So there's so much more we have to receive from sleep. Let's let ourselves play there. That's a very feminine way to do it. I have so many amazing things that I'm excited to share, especially in the Embracing Health program. There's a lot that's already beginning to percolate around what we're doing. It is a lifetime subscription where you'll remain in that group for what we're doing, going forward in the future, and continue to collaborate and connect in there. So for those of you who are sort of thinking of that, percolating with that, resonating with that, it's a very emphatic and enthusiastic, warm invitation to come in and join me in the program, drkimd.com/health. And for whatever questions you have, I'm happy to assist in any way. And you can email support@drkimd.com. Lots of love. May you sleep in deep peace and receive beyond your wildest dreams all that's in store for you. Lots of love. Bye.